whoa. There we go. I think we're online. Oh, we are online.
Yes, we are.
Right, good evening, everybody. Just catching up with you all. Let me just find myself. I've got to keep my volume down as well while I'm doing this. Right, you're joining us here tonight. I'm joined by North. There you go. I talk. For a special Hornby Class 66 review. We've got all of them here behind the camera.
Exciting.
Are you excited?
I am.
I'm excited. There we go, I can see myself. Finally get myself up. Bloody hell, 82 people watching.
Already 91 I've got 91. So hi everybody. Yeah, going back, Ned's Trains, TBDS 77, Hurst Gaming, I Like Transport, Joe MTB, Junction Tech, Class 1, Cottesmore, David, hi.
Hi. Cottesmore is our moderator this evening. So all the naughty children will be put to bed early. Chloe Ridge, yes I can shout hello. Blimey, there's lots of you. Got to say a special hello to CA850. You'll find out why on Monday. North knows. So yeah, this is a special on the new Hornby release, the Class 66. We've got all 9 liveries here. So I'm rather excited. We'll get on with that momentarily. I was going to say we'll wait until if people join, but I've got 100 people on my screen.
110, yeah, for me. So
that's a bit nuts, isn't it?
Indeed. But thanks for coming onto the live stream. It's good to have you all here.
We are. Oh, Gowerton Parkway's in here. Good evening.
Oh, it's morning in Australia, Angus Trains. So hi in Australia. Or good day.
Right, so I'm going to place the iPad down for a minute and get my schedule.
Hello, Anthony.
Is Anthony in?
Yes, indeed. Anthony. Yeah.
Hello, Anthony. How are we doing? Right, so this evening we're going to try and add a bit of a schedule to this. We're going to move the camera momentarily to show them all on the layout, as you've probably seen the photos earlier. We're going to go through our initial thoughts. Then we're going to get one of them running for you. We've also got one sound chip, so we're going to go through the sounds as well. And then we're going to do a brief weight test. I've got 2 trains lined up. Got a 10 car or 10 coach set of Mark 1 coaches, which are quite light, lined up. And I've also got a 10 Freightliner hop train geared up as well, which is extremely heavy because some of them have a load in. So that'll be very interesting to see if it can pull them. And we will be going to your comments in between them all, but you have to bear with us. Right, so that's pretty much the schedule. I've got my special book. Shall we shift the camera and get on with it?
I think so, yeah. Let's have a look. Go. Let's show everyone.
Right, I'm just going to shift you. Let's have a look. It should be fairly straightforward. I'm trying to pull the phone. Come around to the station. Ooh, try not to get the microphone wires tangled in.
Yeah, could end up
lovely
with
view of my loft ceiling. I don't know why, but I've got the gimbal in shot.
Well done.
That's annoying. You'll have to put up with the gimbal for now.
Hello, Andy from Suffolk.
See if I can move it ever so slightly.
But,
I'm on the wide angle camera, that's why. I don't know how to do it. I'm also trialling a new phone this evening, I should tell you all. A new Samsung, and it's got 3 cameras on the back of it. And we're currently going through a wide angle camera. So now the camera's in shot, or this shot, there's 150 people watching on my screen. That's incredible.
Yeah.
Right.
Hello from Cornwall. Goonvray Parkway.
Just a reminder to all the people watching, we will be coming to you for comments or your thoughts on the model a bit later on. Right, let's just shift. Just seeing it, how many. Right, so obviously I'm joined with North today.
Hello there.
One reason I asked North to be part of this is because he is a relatively new modeler. So I think this model in particular does suit, or many would suggest it suits him down to the ground, but it'd be very interesting to hear his thoughts, as well as someone like myself's thoughts, who's been doing it a while, and has seen a lot of different varieties. So,
Yes, hello.
what are your first thoughts on the new Hornby 66?
Well, initial thoughts at seeing all these in front of me for the first time. I think they look great, to be fair. I'm standing at a distance, so I'm not picking fault close up, but they look all right. They look good. Having held one earlier, I thought that it's got a decent weight to it. It's not heavy, it's not light. So yeah, I'm quite excited to see how they perform and what they do. But yeah,
Some will see that as a downside, I think, especially the weight aspect to them. They're quite light, in particular compared to the Bachmann model, which I have. So I mean, that'll be a interesting one.
Yeah. First time I actually picked up your Bachmann 66, to be fair, and compared the two, there is a marked difference. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that affects the performance. Really, I'm sure it will. But certainly as a first look, looking across this and what the guys can see here, I don't think they look too bad.
No, I mean, they're definitely they're pleasing to the eye. It's very interesting. I think a lot of people will suggest that they're not as good as their counterpart on the market, the Bachmann 66, and then to be the Hatton 66. However, they're not trying to be, because they are obviously half the price point.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you know, we're all going by our average cars, and you know, the guy with the Aston Martin certainly got the better deal. But at what price did that cost? So it's the same kind of thing.
6 Ford Conveyors for an Aston Martin.
For an Aston Martin. So yeah, you know, it's the price point you're buying into, but for the price point of what these are costing, I think they look great. I'm quite happy. I'd be quite happy. I think I'd be quite happy to spend the money on one. I'm actually a bit of a steam guy, really, but
what?
Exactly. Sorry, everyone.
Excuse me while I remove it.
But no, to be fair, looking at them, it's a really pleasing. The liveries are great. It's the level of detail is enough to make it not. It's not really bad. It's you know, so obviously I've seen quite a lot of the old second-hand stuff that are ages old and probably older than me, some of them, you know, and yes, they are a little bit shall we say moulded altogether for the detail, and it's certainly not one of that. It's certainly way above that kind of thing. But yeah, can you compare it to something that's a lot more money? I don't think you can. I think at the end of the day, they're at a price point for a certain type of modeler, and certainly as a modeler, for a beginning modeler, you know, looking at this, it'd be great to have a rake of trains like this. You know, like you've got quite a lot of trains already. I haven't yet, so to gather a set of, yeah, I do now. Thanks, Tony. I certainly think that. Yeah, it would be great. It would be great because I could spend.
I've just seen Everard Junction's in the chat, and he said, "Steam, I'm leaving."
Sorry, right. Richard. Sorry, Richard.
I won't show them the heritage station currently.
Yeah, maybe not turn around. No, I think these are great. To be fair, and for me, I'd be more than happy to have one of these. To be fair.
Shall we go in for a bit of a closer look, and dare I say it, shall we compare slightly against one of my Bachmann models?
I think we should.
So I'm going to move the camera again, folks. Shall we go to the comments briefly while I move the
absolutely. What have we got here? Right.
You don't get motion sickness.
Weight can be easily added, David says, especially if you had speakers and sound.
It's meant
to be a cheap entry into modern image freight. I think you're dead right there, David. Yes. Are they going to be for sale cheaper as second hand now? I'll let you answer that one.
What, these models?
Yeah.
I think they go up in price if I've had my hands on them.
Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, these are now Bachmann prices. So yeah, sorry, we're still Wagon Works. I have a DB66 in this tooling. First loco bought for Penny Hill just over 2 years ago, and only £59. Yeah, Jamie, brilliant. Like I say, I think they're okay. 67. Can't really comment because the last lemur I had, I think, was a 37 or a 55 when I was about 9, so I couldn't really comment on whether that would be accurate or not. Evening from Scotland, Chris. Just over 100 for a sound loco. Good value, yes, it is. I believe so as well.
Shall I catch up with the comments as well briefly? Richard says that was an accident. I presume you mean your kettle comment. Oh, it's funny we say this. Richard does have some kettles, so we have seen them on his videos. He does get them out periodically. He burst over
in the heritage line.
Right. Let's have a quick look over the comments. Do they have NEM pockets? Yes, they do. Right, so what you can see in front of you, apart from my gimbal, I should just explain that I've got I'm trialing a new phone at the moment, and its camera is extremely wide angle, and for some reason it's picking the gimbal stand to the right hand side of your screen, so you get to see that as well today.
Just
Still chill. Hello.
Class 158 Productions, are you sponsored by Hattons? No, these are Hornbys.
Yeah, these are Hornby models. I'm not sponsored by Hattons. I wish I was. This video, I should say, has been kindly helped out by my local model shop. And this is Tony at Tony's Trains in Hillmorton in Rugby. So if you're in the Midlands, feel free to get down there. He's kindly let me borrow these for a video. So it's very kind of him.
Indeed, yeah.
It's not completely one-sided. I did have to go to Ali Pali for 3 days and work for him for free. So
yeah,
I think I've been shortchanged with that, actually.
Yeah, I think the hill did it, didn't it?
Yeah. Right, so in front of you, you've got a Bachmann Freightliner class 66 on the left and a new Hornby Freightliner one on the right hand side. For the most part, as you'd imagine, bearing in mind when I bought the Freightliner model, it was easily twice the price, maybe even more than that. Actually, it was probably £160.
Yeah.
Don't say it too loud, there are eyes here. And then the Hornby model retails for about £70. Both need a chip, and you can sound fit both. But detail-wise, I would easily say the Bachmann model is, you could just say, twice as detailed.
Yes,
I think.
I would agree. Having looked at both of them now, yeah, the Bachmann one is definitely much more detailed and better detailing. The Hornby one isn't lacking any detail, it's just lacking the finesse of the Bachmann one. And it really depends on what you want if you're loco, to be fair.
See, we say the Bachmann one off the bat is more detailed. However, the Bachmann Class 66 doesn't like my layout at all. Now, I don't use any tight curves or anything. In fact, I've got large radius. I've got 5-foot radiuses, and they don't like them. I've currently got 4 on the layout. And, well, as you know, the Freightliner on the left here sits in the siding, and it has done for nearly a year because it just doesn't like it.
Yeah, on the new Junction.
It does have a floor where the pickups come off the wheels. Over time, they lose their sort of spring, and it can't pick up electricity, and then they just stop.
Oh, right, okay.
And I refuse to rewire it, just out of principle. So,
well, at the price you bought it for, they shouldn't have to do
exactly.
that, really. Yeah.
Definitely. Whereas the Hornby one, we've had the British Rail large logo in front of you running round, and that's absolutely fine.
Yeah, it's run beautiful, to be fair. It's not pulling anything that...
so it's not as heavy, so that'll be the real telltale sign.
It's not a bit, but it's actually running fine, yeah.
I suppose other comments, it is literally, as you'd imagine, much more detailed. It's pretty much hands down. The Hornby's one don't have sprung buffers either.
No,
the sign of a quality logo.
Yeah, indeed. Obviously, the Bachmann one's got lights in it. The Hornby one doesn't. They are painted on. So, you know, if that's something that's important to you, then definitely that's to consider. But the detailing is all there. It's just not quite as good, but it is all there. It's not like it's missing anything. It's just missing the finesse of everything, really.
You could argue on a layout like this, where you stood watching them go round and round, do you need that detail? Because they never stood still, in theory.
Yeah, I mean, it's what I looked at earlier when the British Rail one was running round. It's like, I couldn't tell it wasn't a Bachmann one. I mean, that's me being a beginner, probably. But, you know, once it is running round and it's all in a load of... I mean...
You've got kettles, what do you know?
Exactly. but you know, actually, the only kettle I own is an A3, and it's a really high detailed one. So yeah, here's me talking rubbish. No, to be fair though, yeah, you can't tell when it's running around necessarily that it's any worse than the Bachmann one. But as I say, it stands down to what you're going to be pulling, because if you've got a run like this, and this is a large layout, this is a big layout, so you can put a big run of coaches on.
Yeah.
And you know, it runs around and it runs around brilliant, and it looks fantastic. However, will that pull them? You know, and this is what we're going to be testing later on. So, but if you've got just an end-to-end, you know, you may not going to be pulling that many coaches. So maybe this would be okay. And if you're starting out and having just a shelf layout or an end-to-end, then maybe you can have 2 or 3 of these to start off with. And then as you move along, you can replace them with better, you know, higher models if you wish to. So I think it's a great starting point.
It's a good collection as well, because I mean,
yeah,
£50 you can really get stuck into collecting a few. When
that's
they're
it.
£150 plus, you
Exactly.
can't so easily. But
no, it certainly sort of makes you wait.
another interesting point, we put this on Facebook earlier, and the comments have almost been split 50-50 with people who think it's amazing versus people who think, what's the point? I wonder how many of those people would upgrade an old Hornby Mark 1 coach because there's a Bachmann Mark 1 coach or Mark 2 coach
Absolutely.
in better detail, who would rush out and do that,
Yeah.
to be fair.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, a rake of the old, you know, the LNER teaks going into the steam now, but you know, they can pick them up quite cheap. But the Bachmann ones are definitely looking much better.
We've just had a comment from West Hill Wagon Works, a super chat. It says, thank you very much, it's very kind of you. It says, evening from West Hill Wagon Works on Facebook. Thank you very much, it's very kind of you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's...
Well, we can stop now.
Yeah, no, I mean, the Bachmann sort of, you know, the LNERs that I've seen, the teak coaches, they look absolutely amazing compared to, you know, the other old Hornby ones. But would you rush out and buy them? Because there's a significant amount of money that you're going to have to pay to upgrade those, and it's something that, as a beginner, it can be quite frightening because you've just spent a lot of money laying track, buying all the different buildings, etc., and there's a lot to buy before you've got yourself set up. So to add the prices of more than one loco or 2 or 3 locos, when you start looking at, you could be spending upwards of £600 on 2 or 3 locos, as opposed to spending probably just, well, what are we, just over 200 for 3 locos. That's a vast difference, and to a beginner it's less frightening.
So I want to pick up on 2 comments. The first one is from Aldo, can we get one running? Momentarily, that's next on the agenda. The other one is Anthony's just added, I'm sure weathering to these will improve them. It was a very good point, actually, because there's a modeler, I think he won, he was like 2nd in Modeler of the Year on RM Web.
Yeah.
Or Track being Harder of the Year, as I dub him.
Yeah.
He has one, and he has weathered one up, and you couldn't tell. Absolutely not. I think it's fantastic when you know how.
Yeah,
obviously,
absolutely. It's something I'm trying to learn right now, but nowhere near that yet. But yeah, once you've added some weathering to it, really would you know? I've seen some weathering where you can't even tell what livery it is. So, you know.
So next on the list, what we're going to do is get the BR Large logoed version, and we're going to turn its sounds on and let you hear what the TTS sound chip is, because we've got one of these and it's already installed.
Brilliant. I'm just going to.
I'm good like that.
I'm just going to. Do you think this will actually focus if I hold this slightly close to the camera?
Yeah, it might do.
So I'm just going to try and get close in for you guys, just to see what the detailing is like. Try and make sure that you can see this. So as you can see, there are no lights, obviously, but the lights are painted on there, and they're painted fairly well. You know, it's not a high-end.
Everard has said weathering makes everything look better. So he's offering to weather these. So if you buy one.
Excellent. Yeah, you know.
I think the scrapline will agree with that. He's online as well. Hello, Tim.
Hi, Tim. Yeah, you know, there's the. I'm trying to show this without obviously you don't want to see my hand, but yeah, it's a bit difficult to show you. But
it might be hard to see when we're streaming because the quality's less.
Yeah, of course, the quality is a lot less. But just
although if you watch the repeat, it'll come up in better quality.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so as long as we've got this, then, you know, it's okay. There's detail there. It's not 100%, but it's not 50% either. I think you've got a good, nice little detailed loco.
Right, so next step, I'm going to need to acquire your microphone.
Indeed. I'll take my microphone off and I'll hold it towards...
Can I have that bit of paper as well?
Oh, you sent me
Just get
some.
the sound instructions.
Indeed.
What I'm going to do now is turn the sound chip on.
Sorry if this is crackling, by the way.
It is quite loud, so you'll have to scream at me if it's too loud.
Yes, I'll monitor and everybody shout no if it's getting to the point where we are deafening people.
Right, I'm going to turn it on now. You might not be able to hear you when I do that. So this is it just turning on. Actually, let me know if you can hear that all right.
Oh, somebody's screaming at me. Is that really loud?
Right, so if we go through, first of all, we'll go through the horns, because it's a horny loco. Here's the first one. And the next one. Smashing away at my Hornby select, trying to get it to do it.
Wow, that was loud.
That was loud. I'll bring it back. Just coming back to us now. And we'll prepare for our weight test. F10 Dragon, I'll stick that on and see what it does. Just quieten it off for a second, just so you can hear us talking. No, they're not all DCC fitted. They are pin ready. So you can either buy a normal Hornby chip, or you can get yourself their new TTS sound decoder, this jobby, which is about £30, I believe, on that front. The sound, in reality, I don't know how it comes across over the internet. In reality, it's quite loud.
It blew Containment 68's eardrums out. So
Eardrums
sorry
out.
about that. Hello, Cheatham Parkway.
It could probably benefit from a mega bass speaker, like a 5 or something, but and I did just think as well, this might beep, hold on. There we go, lost power. What we've not mentioned at all, which is my own fault, we haven't mentioned the lack of lights.
Yes.
Now, oddly, it doesn't actually bother me that much. I thought it would, because everything else on the layout has obviously lighting, but no, and I think you could probably add them in real easy. There's loads of space in there because it's well, there's not much to it.
No, and it's something that again, with Mike obviously suggesting that once you've weathered it up, and he's weathered one up, and it looks absolutely fantastic. And going a little bit further than that, you could take this and just upgrade it as you go, and you're learning a lot more about how the locos work and how they're wired up. I suppose there's those people that like to mess about with things. And then there's those people that just want to pick up something off the shelf and it have everything and it work, and you put it on your track and you love it and it's great. So again, people are going to be split, and I don't think that it's fair to knock something at this price point with the detail that it has got on it, because it fits a purpose for certainly a certain amount of modelers. We could start arguing that 00 in 16.5mm isn't correct, and everybody's going to.
Don't go down that theory, that's a can of worms.
Exactly, that's my point, though. We can open a can of worms and say, well, even your Bachmann's wrong. So, where the track size is concerned, where does it stop? You have to sort of allow for everybody in the hobby at every sort of price point to be able to enjoy the hobby.
See, interestingly, Everard's just put that the Bachmann Class 20 and 08 don't have air lights, and that's very interesting, because the two Class 20s I've got on loan from Matt Slade, which are over in that corner.
Yeah.
I was pointing for North's behalf, just so you know. They've actually had lights retrofitted.
Right. So I would have known that, because I saw them running and they look great.
And you think, well, I suppose in one sense that's the norm. It's been accepted. Why is it a problem for these Hornby models to have to all of a sudden fit? I think maybe because it's aimed at the beginner, perhaps the beginner is then not happy with that, but then maybe just needs the confidence to put them in.
Yeah, again, I mean, there's a lot of difference between why people go into modelling, though, as well, isn't there? Because I'm going to be probably crucified here, but some of us, dare I say it, like playing with trains, and some of us like modelling. And modelling, realistic sceneries, and I'm certainly not taking away from those people by saying I play with trains. I'm quite happily play with trains. Some people like to do it much more realistically than me. Each to their own. It's all our own layouts. We do what we want on our layouts. You do what you enjoy. And if you look at these and you go, hey, do you know, I like this, I like the price, and I can afford it, and I think it looks really good, and it pulls whatever wagons I can afford and that I've got, then what's wrong with it? There's nothing wrong with them. Hence, unless they all go wrong tonight.
Yeah, they're about to.
Yeah.
Right, I'm about to set up for the first of our load tests. As you can see, there's my little workstation.
Indeed.
Just here I have 10 coaches lined up. So we're going to back this on. And then if you want to ask any questions, we're going to pause before it takes off, or as it takes off. Hopefully it shouldn't have any problems, because if it does, that's going to ruin the rest of the show. If you have any problems, feel free to stick them in. What am I talking about?
I have no idea.
Questions? If you have any questions, stick them in the comments now.
It's because you're trying to do 18 things at once.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tim from Scrapline. Yeah, can't beat sleep spacing. Absolutely, definitely. I think it looks
spacing. Not heard of
sleep.
that.
Yeah, do you know? I've watched Richard from Everard, and I think they look absolutely fantastic. I'm never going to do it.
Yeah, I'm never going to.
I'm just never going to do that much detail. I think it looks fantastic, but again, that's why he does it. He wants to do that, and it looks It looks great, but yeah, I'll just stick with what I can get, because I'm not going to spend that much time on sleepers.
Let's read a few of the comments. Luke Wolsey has said, very supportive of Hornby doing these at affordable prices. I generally buy railroad engines because they might come into contact with my toddlers. That's a very good point.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, yeah, I have a 7-year-old and he still smashes things. So sorry, Luke, that's not going to go away very quickly.
Looks like he's stuck with railroad.
Indeed, yeah, for at least the next 10 years. So
let's have a scroll back.
Yeah, Deltec. I'm happy playing with my Hornby Live Steam.
Yeah, Hornby Live Steam is not a cheap collection.
No, it isn't. Yeah, it's not a cheap collection, but he plays with it as well. That's absolutely great.
I was at Ali Pali at the weekend, and there was a couple of lads who brought their first Live Steam set, and it was £500.
Oh wow!
For a Mallard set, and they think,
ooh, yeah,
that made me sweat.
Yeah, and as much as that would be fantastic in terms of what I like, but I'm I like these as well, to be fair. I'm getting more into diesel. I keep hanging around with you.
Anne-Marie Junction, hello.
Yeah, definitely that would make...
Alex Hill, the one that's about to run, the British Rail large logo, has been running prior to this live stream this evening. Sorry you're late. You're not really late. You're about to start up, to be fair, the fun bit.
I'm just going to pick this up and...
we've got a request.
Threffield Spa, so can you show us the coalers up close? I will do my best. I will do my best to keep my hands out of the way so you can actually see it.
Hey Fred, how are we doing? How's the Triumph?
I'm very sorry about that. I'm trying to keep this in the light here. And I hope this is coming across. It's very, very light there. Show you the top, show you the grills. The grills aren't, they're moulded in, they're not separate. For anybody who can't see them, obviously in the Bachmann ones that you obviously are all aware of, these are separate pieces that are put on, so there is something behind it. However, these are moulded in, but it's reasonable moulding.
Anne-Marie Junction said, did you see our Ali Pali interview with Hattons? I've since watched the video, but there's a fun anecdote with this one, because Hattons had booked in myself, Everard Junction, Chadwick, and Jenny Kirk, I think, and we were all waiting to go on their casting couch, but we couldn't because they were on it. So we're all in the background trying to catch their attention.
Here's one. Craig McFarlane said, I take it they're still using the old Lima body shell. I wouldn't know, are they?
I wouldn't know, to be fair. That's a good question. They might do. They've all been, I mean, they're all new liveries. So shall we start this one off just so it's running? See if it works. This is 10 Mark 1 coaches. This is not one.
It's
moving. And let's be fair, this is the this isn't the test. The test is the Freightliner hoppers, which is behind this one.
Yeah, this is your.
This is now
you guys would call your Lima
test.
Does it pull the light coaches? It's doing okay.
It's when it gets to curves and points and things that's where it might lose a bit of traction.
Yeah.
So I mean, this is notch 2 on the Hornby Select. I mean, it's running smoothly. It's pulling them all. The back end is going over double cross points. Now the front end's going over a point as well.
I'm not seeing any.
No real slip.
No, or anything.
We'll speed it up a bit. No problem at all.
No, that's pulling nice.
You see, that's 10 coaches. It may struggle going around the corners. This is the real test.
This is going to be a massive derailment.
It usually happens when we're live.
Where are your... oh yeah, got you.
They're off in the middle. Now what's interesting is normally I would give this a little bit of a blind test. I have absolutely not done this before. No. This is the first time, so I'm watching nervously as it goes around the layout. While it's just going round, I'm just going to keep my eye on the comments. Mr. Fullerman, how much money was it all together? I didn't have to buy any of them. They've all been kindly provided by my local model shop, Turney's Trains.
Not given. Not given.
Not given.
Not given.
Not given. I'm borrowing them.
Yeah. I'll have to go back.
Now shop sold, so if you want a cheap one.
Still to Joni.
Someone said go notch 8. What are we on now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're on notch 5. 210 people watching. Thank you very much. Very kind of you. Just coming back into the station now. You should see it come back into your screens momentarily. I don't think that's a problem at all.
No.
No.
I think it's running really nice. I mean, to be fair, like I said, beginner. I'm not a modeler like some of you guys are out there, but I'd be quite happy with that. And as it's moving, does anybody tell it wasn't Bachmann if you didn't know as it went past?
Oh, that's a can of worms. I think people would tell it was Bachmann. Some people love Bachmann.
I think somebody would lie anyway, isn't it? I know I would.
What's interesting is when we were invited up to the Hattons Open Day to see their new Class 66, the biggest thing that stuck out to me was not really the detail, which it is detail, but was the weight of the thing. It's heavier than their new O-Gauge A3 as a model, And I'd easily say it's going to be 3 times as heavy as a Hornby model, twice as heavy as a Bachmann, easily. All
yeah, a lot of the Hatchman's diked, isn't it?
Kent Railfan has asked the ultimate question, am I going to buy one to keep for myself? I was going to answer that at the end.
No, Richard, they won't be. It's 125.
Yeah. Every box is signed.
Yeah. Not by me.
I'm just going to sign them with that famous YouTuber Richard, and then hopefully they'll think it's the other one.
Yeah. Indeed.
Right, so I don't think we're struggling with this one. I suppose we should now prepare for
the ultimate
the real
test. Because so let me tell everybody. Obviously, Richard being a model of some time, and me being a complete new one, I've just tried to pull these Freightliner hoppers that he's set up, and I was really surprised how heavy they were. Yeah,
10 hoppers and 4 of them are full of coal.
Yeah, and they are really heavy. I was actually really surprised. They are much heavier than I thought they were going to be.
Stop check. On one thing, the very front of them, that little plastic bit does drop off. It's not stuck, and every one of them has popped off when we got them out. So that's a negative for this model. Easy fixed. And I'd glue them if they were mine, but they're not mine, so. Toot. So what I'm going to do, if you want to answer a few comments, if you've got any questions, throw them up now. I'm just going to...
yeah, 1968 Concorde, he's said he's got the large logo 66 on the way for £67. You can't complain. Absolutely. You can't at that kind of price.
It still hasn't sunk in. It is only £67.
Yeah.
It's a lot of money, but it's not a lot of money from the same breath.
Yeah, it isn't really. In comparison to what you look at in the shops. Most of the locos really are, tipping over the £100 mark if you're looking at any kind of detail, and certainly into the £200 quite easily. So for £67 and a reasonable amount of detail, yeah, can't go wrong. Do the traction tyres cause a problem running on DCC?
I didn't know it had traction tyres.
I don't think they have traction tyres.
Let's have a live test.
Yes.
Oh, they do.
Do they?
Oh my word, yeah.
Oh, they have.
Look at that.
It hasn't.
They do. They have 2, yeah.
Yeah, it hasn't.
There's 2 on this front axle.
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah, I
You can see those.
Did not.
That was news to me.
No, they were, and no, it didn't.
So it doesn't cause problems. Yeah, it does have traction tyres.
Yes.
Ooh. Because you have to periodically replace traction tyres, so I don't know how that works. We won't go into the running costs of owning a Bachmann model versus owning a Hornby model. Right, so here's my hoppers. They're now in the station.
Okay,
let's have a quick look. Right, I'm back in position, folks.
Yeah, it's a discussion of, amongst themselves, I think, about names of layouts, definitely.
It'd help if I put it on the track as well, wouldn't it? Don't do what I'm doing. It's going to toot.
That was not mine.
You never know. Right, this is the final weight test, just setting up for the Bachmann. I can't remember if they're FAAs. I think they are.
Which one is the Bachmann one? There is no Bachmann one in view at the moment. The Bachmann one was the Freightliner, which is about to come into view right now. Okay, I mean, look, people are asking, just before you actually back that up, just really quickly, I will show you both from the front, so that I'm not sure whether you will see the differences. There he is, hello. Yeah.
That's painful.
There's the differences in the front. I'm not sure you can see it very well. There's a bit of thing, but there's a bit of difference. There's a little bit of difference. But
I should really pay attention. I didn't switch the points, didn't I?
No. So there you go. There is
Things you do for extra content.
Indeed.
Amory Junction's asked, what's my favourite livery? So my personal one is probably the orange Freightliner.
Actually, that's what I was going to say as well. it's mine.
You're saying that because I'm saying it.
No.
In terms of liveries that stand out well, we should probably go through the liveries real quickly.
Yes,
before this pulls this off. Giggity. There we go, we're hooked up. Where are we? We'll get to the Bachmann model. There is no green Freightliner.
No.
So the orange Freightliner is probably my favourite, mainly because I want this one. The ones that stand out to me, the green Evening Star.
Yeah.
That's a very nice one. Also the Biffa Flying Dustman. Dustman,
yeah.
Very nice. Very bright, stands out a treat.
It's actually much brighter. From what I can see on the camera, it's much brighter in real life than it is on the camera. So
yes, very,
very orange, but yeah, really cool. I like it.
And I think the other GBRF models, it's a very nice, if I move my thumb right out of the way, it's very nice, really. I like it.
Yeah. And obviously the Union Jack one, which we'll try and get in the light. There you go. Yeah.
None of them have any livery application issues, really.
No. Well, as a beginner, I've not noticed any yet. So
no.
I think we want to show that one just for David.
Just for David. Although he's not EWS anymore.
Is he
I'll turn
not?
the camera a second.
There you go. Well, David, hark back to. There you go. But yeah, I don't see any problems with the liveries, but to be fair, I probably wouldn't as a beginner anyway. And
it's 241 people to...
Really? Wow. So thank you all for watching. And there's a DB Shanker.
Richard said large logo for me, although I always thought EWS was smart.
Yeah, and I think, to be fair, I mean, this again, it's coming out a very dull red. It's not. It's really bright. As you're probably all aware of what a DB Shanker red looks like. It looks exactly
screaming
like that.
for a weathering.
Yeah. Oh, indeed. Yes.
Said no one at New Junction ever.
No. I like weathering. I just like lighter weathering myself.
Bit random. I didn't film anything at Ali Pali. Some behind the scenes footage of me running that stall, but nothing of the actual show on that one.
No.
Let's have a look.
Although go and check out my channel because I can. There is one on that.
Oh yeah, of course. That was a bit selfish, wasn't it? If you have a look at North channel, which is literally titled North Boise.
Yeah.
For the moment, you need to get yourself a name.
Yes, I think. Yeah. Well, the layout's coming. I think it's possibly going to be Byronsford, as it's for my son, and his name is Byron. So Byronsford, yes, indeed, Elmer. Yeah, it was going to be Elmer, but it turned out to be Byron. So Byronsford. Tell me whether you think that's a good name or not. Yes.
A few people like the Biffa. I should just remind people, only the large logo is chipped currently. Can we do the same review for the 37s, please? What, the Bachmann ones, the current ones? That may be something in the pipeline. I know we're looking at doing the Hatton 66 in the future as a range.
Indeed.
It takes quite a bit of organising, these sort of things, so let's have a look.
Thank you,
Always
David.
makes me laugh. Hayden's... I need a bingo card for comments. He says, can I run the container wagon? No, I learnt very early on, never run that train when the camera's on. Deary me. Whew. Right. So what I'm going to do now is the ultimate pull test. Now,
yeah.
I'm quite nervous about this. I don't want to... I'm trying not to slag off this model at all. But if it can't pull this...
Well, I mean, but there will be the price point. Certainly we've seen so far, and what I've seen so far, especially as a beginner model, the running of this has been absolutely fine. And if it can run 10 Mark 1 coaches, that's great.
Not many people can run 10.
Not many people can run 10 because you just won't fit it on your layout. And even if you can, it can do it. So absolutely fine. But these hoppers as I've sort of said
really
already,
heavy.
these are heavy. They're very heavy. So, but if you're modelling these hoppers and you're putting in, you know, your extra load stuff, etc., then you're not going to make it so that your loco that you can't pull it. And there is 10 of these as well. So again, it's a lot to pull. So I won't be disappointed. Certainly won't be disappointed if it doesn't. But
Reese has asked, do I have a travelling layout? I presume you mean exhibition layout. No, not currently. I was toying with doing something, but I suppose in reality, I'm not that good a modeler, and I get put in my place a lot when I go to these shows and see real people do it. Let's have a look. Have I ever exhibited? I suppose that's a similar question, unless you mean some other kind of exhibition. In which case, I'm not allowed to tell you because my tag conditions.
Yeah, we don't want that to start beeping just yet.
Not allowed anywhere near Milton Keynes. I'm just saying that.
Again.
Yeah. Right. Shall we turn it on?
Yes, let's have a look and see if this little beauty actually...
Are we derailed? No. Going backwards.
Well, it pushed them.
Right, so this is notch 1.
Oh my life.
Hold on. False alarm.
Oh, what I'm going to say,
the train's in off. Dude, I thought that was going well. No, the 4 that are loaded up.
Check this. We could have stitched that together and done a real good deal with Hornby.
Annoyingly, they're the 4 that are... I've got 4 of them.
They're the lighter ones, the 4 lighter ones, aren't they?
Right.
Yeah.
I'll try it again.
Yeah, let's have a look.
This is notch 1 with all of them. Oh, we
are
slipping.
Wheel spin a bit there. Is it derailed?
No, it's slipping.
No, it's slipping.
Oh, let's go up to notch 2.
Oh,
it is struggling.
It's trying. They're really heavy,
10
though.
hoppers.
They're really heavy.
Notch 3. I don't think that's going to go. Just not enough weight.
I think it's on the points as well. So it's a bit of a...
Not happy with that one. I'm not going to force it. What I'm going to do is take one of the hoppers off.
Yeah, now, these are the heavy hoppers. These are the ones that are filled with the loads that you saw Richard doing in his other videos. If you didn't, go and check it out. But yeah, so just to show you these hoppers.
So 1 is off. This is the count.
Let's get the right still.
It might just be it doesn't like it's too heavy.
Doesn't like it.
I won't go around my layout if it gets stuck there. No, it's too heavy, that is.
Still too heavy.
That's still just too heavy.
Okay, we're on 9. We're on 9, we're going to go down to 8 coaches, but this is the 2, again, these are the two hoppers that are loaded. And yeah, quite weighty. Upgrade the lights if you want, you can upgrade the weight, you can put cab lights in if you want. You've lost.
Ooh. Doesn't sound healthy, I'll give you that much.
No, well, no.
I'm going to have to help it reverse up a bit. So I can't take enough because they're sat in the station. Ooh, this could be it.
Yeah, this is the price point, isn't it? But you know, from still from a beginner's point of view, I don't think I could afford that many Freightliner hoppers.
I was going to say that.
Because if I could afford all them hoppers, I could probably afford a more expensive loco.
Because it's struggling, I'm going to take 2 off.
Yes, I would.
All the loaded ones. I will say a normal Bachmann class 37, for example, can pull these round. My Europhoenix normally pulls these. Right.
So that's all for now. It'd be interesting then to swap those over. So we'll see if obviously it pulls the. I mean, it's already pulled. What you've got to remember, it's already pulled 10
Mark
1 coaches, which I know I like, but it still pulled them, and with absolute ease.
It's not happy with these at all.
How much are these? How many of these are on now? 6.
Yeah.
It's not those points, is it?
No.
No, just doesn't like the way.
Doesn't want to pull them.
What's it notched on?
Coaches got 2. And that's with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hoppers still remaining.
It's certainly
struggling.
Yeah.
Should I take another 2 off?
I would take another 2 off. I think it's going to fly off.
It might do. Oops. It helps to not derail them.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, this particular one was running. Has been half an hour in both directions.
So traction tyres are not helping an awful lot with that much
not enough
weight.
weight for it. Oh, there you
there
go.
It goes.
4, it can pull.
Yeah.
Mm.
Now, it would be interesting to see if it can pull then 4 loaded wagons rather than 4 empty wagons.
I doubt it. It's really struggling.
Yeah.
It's struggling to go slowly with these 4. I'm having to really notch it up to get it to move.
Well, yeah, there's no point then, is there? No.
And I don't want to kill it.
No, definitely not.
Yeah, ramp down it struggles. So if I say that the
Yes, Charles, this is where you double head, absolutely. But we can't.
this is where Hornby have got.
Yeah. So there you go. They're £67 each, but if you buy 2, they'll pull all that you want.
But then, in fairness, if you're using Bachmann hoppers,
Yeah.
because when I bought these, they were quite cheap, but now, a few years later, they're
Yes.
£50 a go. So
Exactly. So when you
not many people will be having 10 of these anymore.
I'm going to say this is 500 quid worth of hoppers.
We'll unhitch that one.
Unhitch this.
I'll put it back on the coaches just to prove it still works.
Yeah, absolutely. There you go. I'll just unhitch that as well.
Rich said the price of this one's dropping because the traction tyres are 60% worn.
Yeah. Absolutely. But you get what you pay for. Yes, indeed you do. You can't expect a £67 loco with some pretty decent detailing to be absolutely everything.
Well, it's always going to have some issues.
Yeah, well, of course, at that price point,
Oh, it moves itself. Thank you.
moves itself. That's fine, and we'll see if it still pulls around the 10 coaches.
Double check and have a quick look at the in case it's hanging off. The just checking the buffer beams are solid before I send it round.
Yeah,
Because if one falls off,
it's going to derail.
on it.
Indeed.
Right, so it out of the box failed miserably pulling hoppers.
Yeah.
It got 4.
Somebody
empty ones.
said if you add more weight, do you think that it would help?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, it is the go-to solution. It's not an uncommon thing by any means, especially older locos. Anything Lima,
Yeah.
you have to add weight to. I mean, my Hornby Class 91, for example, that's a prime example because it's got 9, I believe it's 9 or 10 coaches, and that struggled to move it without added weight. So I have had to add weight to that one.
Okay, so
There you see.
yeah.
Oh, it helps if they're all on the rails. See, this is the trouble with live streaming.
Yeah, I've never checked this before.
Yeah, you see. Oh
Does the Evening Star have the bells on the end of the can?
no,
No.
no, it really doesn't.
No.
One of the wheels is off. Enjoy the live stream.
So yeah, Craig McFarlane said they should be able to pull more than 4 hoppers with no effort. That's put me off a bit. I wouldn't let it because these are really heavy.
They are heavy wagons.
They
I'll be
are
honest
very,
with you.
very heavy.
Now you can see now, 10 Mark 1 coaches.
Yeah.
No bother at all.
Yeah.
But they are really light. The hoppers, compared to the Bachmann hoppers, they do make a lot of things struggle.
Yeah.
They killed my Bachmann Class 66. And what does that say?
Well, there you go. Yeah.
So now we are back running again. Let me just move these hoppers out of the way. This is going to look stereotypical. Can we shift them to hoppers and we'll put the other 66s in the shot, and we'll move the camera back to see the entire range and North Phone.
Sorry.
It's all right. Those two just come forward a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right, so we've been on for 55 minutes, so
Indeed.
it's time.
50 people watching at one point, so.
We'd love to know what you think of it as well, so if you could stick that in the comments, what you think after, if especially you've been watching us have a play this evening. It'd be interesting to know your thoughts. I suppose if I go to North, again, for those who missed the beginning, North is a relatively new modeller, so his opinion, especially for this kind of model, counts immensely compared to someone like myself. It's very easy to put a model down just because it's a cheap or I don't know, not cheap, not detailed, not nice.
You're just more experienced in what you like, and I'm not.
So what are your thoughts after you've had a play this evening?
I think, to be fair, I mean, they're pulling these coaches fantastic. They've got good detail on them. It's not the best detail, so don't shout at me, but it is good detail for what I've seen from other, cheaper second-hand things that are 100 years old. I think they're great, to be fair, and for the price point, absolutely. If you're starting out, I could have a couple of these running around quite easily, and yet for the same money, I've got to kind of save up and have one Bachmann one with sound, or it's much nicer having than one train running around, isn't it?
Yes.
so at the end of the day, for especially for beginners, or even just for people who, we haven't all got a lot of money to spare in the hobby, so you buy what you can afford, and for the money, I think these are great.
That's quite good. I think I like them for very different reasons. Now, one person has asked addressed, I should say, the rabbit in the room, as it were. Why haven't I bought them? Why haven't I bought one? And I think for myself, I would rather, as much as you can turn these into a better looking model, for my style, I think I would prefer to wait for either the Hatton's release later on in the year, or maybe I think I'd prefer a Bachmann model, although I should add Bachmann models don't like my layout. So I like them for very different reasons. I think it gets more people in the hobby, and it also, because there's a cheaper option, it keeps the price of new releases down. So we've already seen Bachmann out of nowhere have slashed the pricing from 150, 160 pounds to 125 pounds for a new 66.
But that kind of questions as to why was it that much in the first place? If they can slash that like that, why was it that in the first place? Why did you not aim to fulfill everyone's dreams of having a 66? Because I know it's, from obviously knowing you, Richard, this is your favourite, or one of your favourite trains, isn't it? So for you, it's very much of a, it's the one that you want to see, and the one you're really going to look into detail at above all others. And I can completely understand why you would want to sit and wait and maybe, spend your money on getting something that's much more perfect for that.
I would rather have less and have a more detailed model myself. That's just me.
Absolutely.
That doesn't necessarily mean this model's bad in the slightest.
Well, no. I like it. I think it's great at the price point. Is it perfect? No. But is it good? Yeah.
It's very interesting. We've had a comment from a viewer.
Yeah.
Everard Junction has said a bad track layer always blames his trains. Now, I will say, I've not had to rip up my layout yet.
Track pins, Mike. Track pins. They all got caught up on track pins.
Technically makes me 1-0, doesn't it?
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
Light transport, will you review the Hatton 66? Hopefully I am. Well, I do have, obviously, as you know, my contacts within. I suppose the sad truth of it is 9 of Hornby's 66s is one price, but 9 of Hatton's 66s is a very
totally different price. Yes.
And
yeah,
to be honest, it's
you're talking it's another £100 each.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not
really
wrong.
Nearly
Happy to buy one But this kind of review, you'd have to buy.
Oh yes, yes,
a
yeah.
lot.
We're talking a lot of money, you know, and for some people that's fine, and for others it's not. And I think it's nice, to be fair, coming into the hobby and not really having that sort of affinity with anyone. I mean, I remember Hornby, but you know, my first ever train when I was 9, I think 8 or 9, was a lemur anyway, so I didn't notice the difference, to be fair. I think I had one mate who ran to me and said like, "Oh, mine's a Hornby," but I didn't really know any different at the time. It's nice that different companies are being out like the same kind of thing at different price points, and I know that might have been a bit of contention, as you probably saw on the program. You know, that within the companies, obviously Hattons and Hornby and stuff having a little bit of a chat with each other. But to be fair, from the consumer point of view, you've now got a lot of people like 66s, and it's now covered on every price point. Everyone that likes a 66 can have one, whether it be a Hattons, you know, top, as we'll say, top of the range model, a Bachmann, I'm not going to say anywhere, but obviously high-end model, and then Hornby, certainly not low-end model, but a cheaper option at a good detail.
It does also tackle the point that if you're not necessarily an expensive model, doesn't mean an advanced modeler.
No.
I know a lot of advanced modelers who are buying this version to then do it themselves and save a lot of money.
Yeah.
I'm not that skilled, so
no.
I have to go for the more detailed versions.
Well, I mean, see, you're very much the type of person that wants to go and buy it off the shelf, and it's there and it works, and you want what you want what you want, you know what you want, and you want it to be there. Get it out the box, admire it, look at it, put it on, and run it, and it's all working. But so you know, there's plenty of modelers out there that don't even. Actually, some old guy I was talking to in Alexandra Palace, actually, because I was saying to somebody else, I don't mind saying I play trains because I love it, and he goes, "I hate playing with trains, I just like making them." So he's of the, you know, I like modelling and make, but I don't actually like running them at all. So it depends on the type of model you are. You know, if you're one of them modelers that like to tinker, 67 quid isn't a lot to stick some LEDs in and put a little bit of extra weight in and do some different things.
So we've been going just over an hour. Let's try and wrap it up. What's your last word on it?
I think they're great. If it's the money that you want to spend, go out and buy one. I don't think you can go far wrong.
Nice and easy. My last word is, I would say, I am going to say, for the slightly more detailed versions, I'd rather have less than have more in terms of quantity of loco, but I do think it's great for the industry as it brings the price down and causes competition, which is well needed.
Absolutely.
Perfect.
Yeah.
But no, so otherwise, 200 of you, over 200 of you, have pretty much watched this for the last hour. So that's amazing. I think we got to 260 at one point.
Yeah, thank you very much for you all tuning in. It's been great.
I want to say thank you very much for watching. I should say, don't forget to check out Tony's Trains in Hillmorton on Facebook and on the internet. If you're in the Midlands, it was through Tony that I was able to make this video, so kudos to him. Thank you very much. And if you are a member of the Model Rail Network Facebook group, which you may not be, we do have our trip to the National Rail Museum on Saturday.
We do indeed.
Which will be interesting. And we are allowed to film.
Yeah.
And well, we've got a few special things planned up on the day. There will be another live stream from myself on the day.
Yeah.
So that'll be interesting. Probably getting escorted out by security, but
don't worry though, I'll film that.
Yeah, you better do. Better do. Things to do for clickbait.
Indeed.
But oh yeah, the train spot. Yes, Hattons aren't doing the orange Freightliner.
No.
Oddly, but Bachmann are. Interesting.
Oh, are they?
Interesting.
Yes, very.
I was led to believe there are licensing issues with orange livery.
Oh, okay.
I was led to believe that Freightliner themselves did their orange 66 initially as a sort of thank you for the orange company for taking them over.
Yeah.
They did it without permission. I was led to believe, but I think that's since been ironed out. But
yeah. Hornby fan.
Yeah, obviously. But right, thank you very much for watching, guys.
Yeah.
It's been
Thanks for all
fun.
your comments.
If you do like this, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And well, if you want to see more of this kind of thing, just let me know in the comments.